Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the Tangle snack from CZT Tomas Padros. We had so much fun with this today on our Tangle Time sessions, and of course we went off on some tangents that made it even more fun. But what a neat tangle! Um, neat, neat, neat. All right. In the description section, you will find links to the step outs. Make sure to check out the For More Inspiration links to Thomas's work, his step outs, which include lots of extra ideas for decorating variations and things like that. So, yeah, make sure to check that out as well. I just stuck to the basic snack as well as the fragment, so in a grid pattern, and we'll show both of those. So the first one, I'm not going to show, I'm not going to show the variations and things like that outside of it. We're just going to go stick with the basics, stick with it being a quickie, and I'll share some of the stuff that we did or that I did in my samples here from our class today. So this starts off with a little orb, and because I'm drawing this big, and I'm going to just draw probably one, I'm going to make that big. Now, what I've found, and you can do it either way, and it's almost like I have to redraw in my head, because I kind of like to have a little extra spiral in there, and then crossing over however you want. Well, pen, there we go. I was just too fast, and I was holding it at some weird angles there. Or no, I think it's doing fine now. The tip was not being happy. I could feel it moving. I was like, this could be one that I have accidentally held the wrong way for too long. Okay. Now I like to have it this way. Oh, maybe I'll draw another one because I don't think his didn't have this much of an extra curve. But this is what's nice about this tangle, is that it doesn't matter. You can do it however you want. And then after this step, so however you do the S, and so this is a super fancy S, then we're just going to put a curve line here, and this is where there was numerous options, right? But I'm just going to do it like here. Just a little curve line like this, and then on the other side as well. Let me see. I just want to see. I'll do a little bit smaller one. Well, actually, this will be helpful too. So, and that's the basic tangle. Oh, except if you want to add some rounding in, you can. And so rounding is, we're just going to round off these little harsh corners like this. And it's an optional step if you want to do that. It kind of makes it look extra neat. All right, so let's just draw. Now, I'm going to draw another one here. Now, if you want to use it as a border or just making a pile of them, what's neat about it is you figure out, how far from your dot to the edge you want it, so that way you're not making it too small. But I just want to try it and see if I can do not so much of a, yeah, like that, curly Q. And then you just come up, and what's nice is that you can just reach this up as far as you need to reach it, have it come out as far as you need it to come out, and then just work your way down, and like that. Yeah, so that's less of a curly Q, and I just wanted to give that a go. One of the other neat things, so this curve line is pretty straight, and it's pretty much of a C shape, but he had another one where I'm going to just do a little takeoff and land, so I'm tracing over this a little bit, and I'm sliding, making my curve almost like a little bit of an S shape, and merging it back in to there. This one I have to flip it to do it. Trace over that again. And like that. And really, really neat. And let's just do a little rounding in here. There were also ways to decorate it. He gave some great examples in in his step out. So again, take a look at that just to get some inspiration. Now, for shading this one, there's always lots of options, and I'm probably going to add to this before I take my ending picture here. So let's do this. I'm just going to put a little bit right at the top. I'm going to do this piece by piece. And sometimes I like to stay a little bit away from the edge. It helps to give it that bit of a puffy look. And then let's add some down here. Same thing, staying a little bit away from the edge. Yeah. And it's just one of those where just play with it. And another good reason to take a look at his work, because it gives you some really nice ideas as far as shading to add to this neat plumpness that this tangle just has inherently. Oh, and let's just put some over here. Yeah, so you get the idea. You can add it as you want to. It's like you can add a little here. If you're working on a toned tile, then of course you get to add some of the white in, which that helps and makes it look really, really neat. But lots of fun, lots of fun. And actually, last thought: depending on how big you draw this, or how small of a tortillon you might have, you could maybe put some graphite right on the edge, like we would do traditionally, right on the edge, and make it look really rounded. So, lots of neat ideas. Now, I said I wanted to also share doing this as a fragment. And for this, oh, you know what? For this, I'm just going to do one big square. That's so funny. Let's try you. A little bit better. Okay. So for this, we're just going to divide this in half diagonally. Okay. And this, honestly, this was the hardest part in my mind. You could just put your dot like right in the center. So the thing that I had a challenge with was without having to look back. Where do I put the curve line? Because I'm going to put a curve line here, or am I going to put a curve line here? Here's how you remember without having to go and look back. Thinking of the big S shape. So coming from the dot, we're going to come around this way, and this one is neat because it kind of touches the sides. So I just have to picture, okay, how am I going to do this big spiral? Oh, it's going to go this way. And I say that because if I had done it this way, it's like, well, you know what? I take that back. Whichever way it goes, because if I did it this way, then I would just start my thing. Okay, I'm going to have to play with that some. All right, so I'm putting too much effort into that. It doesn't really matter, apparently. That's what I have just concluded. All right, so we're doing this. It's just like a fescue, if you've done the Tangle fescue. So, here's your little orb coming down like this. Then we are just rounding all of the edges. And this, of course, you can play with. How far in and all of that. And I would recommend the takeoff and land concept, so that way, because like here I see a little bit of a bump, but it'll be all right. So that way you're tracing over your pen line you already have there, and then rounding and going right back in, so that we don't have a little bump. Now, also on this little our curve line that we started, we're going to actually curve this the other direction, like so. So we're going to round that one as well. All right, now we'll do that again. And this, once you have one, then it's like, okay, opposite triangle, and we're going to put the orb in and that curve line like this, so you can see they're kind of going in opposite, going to opposite sides, going opposite directions. And then same thing here where we're just rounding all of the edges. And this is one of those things where, well, I made that kind of big, so now I have to make this one match. I was thinking, because it's so big, you may want to have your rounding, kind of look good with the size, of the tangle. If it was kind of on a smaller grid, then you might want to have smaller rounding pieces. Okay, and then I have to remember this. That is key. And there we go. So what's neat is, it's like it's the same thing. It's just it's squattier, and it's filled into the triangle. So here is your S shape, and this made me think of the Tangle and Zeppel, but without tracing over the lines. And part of me thinks, what would it look like if we did that? Because it just thickens things up when you do it. But so here's our start, right? And we're coming up and around. We're touching those sides. Here's our crossover of the S. It's just, straight across and then down, across, down, and back around. And then that extra curve line. So super, super neat. And let's do this. I'm going to do it a little bit similar here. Add some shading. Like I said, sometimes it's neat to just keep it at a distance. It kind of adds some puffiness. Like I said, just a different way to shade. And I like to. It's like, I don't know why that's not moving. I didn't dig it in there. I don't like seeing the pencil line, but that's just a personal me thing. Try to work it out. But neat. Where's the other one? It's so fascinating. Same tangle. Again, third time. Do take a look at the For More Inspiration link, because there is a lot of inspiration there. All right, so from our sessions today, and by the way, if you would like to join us in this kind of fun, where we take a look at the tangles. Some of these are not quite finished because I did more than one, because I wanted to make sure to show examples of. So I did this one in a border, obviously, and and it turned out pretty good. And then did a 4 square of what we just did in the center. Then let's see, and then we had more messing around with it this way. And did I only do? I guess I only did those ones. And then I wanted to have extra fun by, although I think I need to put some. I think I still have a little bit of work on this one to do. And I just wanted to have fun with this technique, and it looks really, really neat. And to do another 4 square, but just really, really large. This one I think would look exceptionally neat, because you'd have like a little 8-pointed star. Picturing this, like the other half of this, if you do it in a, it would be a smaller grid with more squares. But neat tangle. Again, we had a lot of fun with it today. And if you'd like to join us, this is the kind of thing that we do on Thursday Tangle Time, is we pick a tangle and explore it and have fun, and then to see all of the amazing results, because we're just tied with the tangle. And then I show, like I showed Thomas's work, and then everybody gets let loose and we just have fun, and it's neat to see what everybody does with them. If you would like to see what those results are, make sure to subscribe to my blog. So go to my website. On the right hand side, it says, follow this blog or something like that. Follow me, and then when I post the results, which is usually a couple days after, hopefully, you will see the screenshots, the pictures that people either send in or put in on our Facebook group, so you can kind of get close-ups. It'll have a link to this video as well as the replays of the classes, so that way you can listen for sure to see if you want to join us. I will warn you, we get a little crazy. We like to have fun while we tangle, so throwing in that the laughter is best medicine. So going along with the repetition of the tangling, and we add in some good fun. It's just it's a fantastic time. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, would love to have a thumbs up or a like, and feel free to share it. And if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. Make sure to check out my website for classes. Every week, the Tangle Time, it's always free. And it's every Thursday, unless there's I have a weird scheduling issue, but always once a week. And there's also a once free on Tuesday, and then I have a couple other classes that have a fee. But come and join us for free. We have a lot of fun. You don't want to. You have to at least check it out once. So, would love to have you join us. And with that, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.